I'm just going to come out and say it. I think meditation is a distraction. I think meditation doesn't show you the actual skills you need in order to permanently start rewiring your brain. Hot take. You might disagree with me. That's okay. I tried meditating for a long time until I found what I think actually makes a better difference. So, hey guys, my name is Andre, and I became obsessed with learning how to rewire my brain, rewire my mind, and undo the patterns of deep conditioning that have happened to me since essentially the day I was born, arguably since before the day I was born. These patterns get wired in so deep. Our nervous systems are so programmable from ages 0 to 3. And the state that I was in left me with very low confidence, no backbone, no opinions, very quiet, nice guy, didn't know what I was doing with my life, just went with the flow of what everyone else wanted, and all these other things. I didn't have much focus. I wasn't able to assert myself in things that I wanted. Meditation wasn't going to change all of that. I wanted to actively get into my brain and rip out whatever it was that I needed to rip out. So let's talk about meditation. There's all of the apps, right? Let's take a step back. 2016, I realized I had to change the way my mind was operating. And I realized this because not only had I been severely is an intense word, very intensely heartbroken. For me, it was intense a couple years before that. But then the next girl I really liked, also things didn't work out. Again, I was a nice guy, people pleaser, right? I wasn't getting what I wanted in life. And I couldn't stop thinking about her for almost 2 years. I realized at that point something is wrong. I need to take control over my mind. I need to quiet the thoughts. I need to stop the intrusive thoughts. I need to be able to focus and work on the things that I want to work on without being distracted by all these thoughts that are coming in. And so you start looking at the internet, and of course, journaling comes up, and gratitudes come up, and affirmations come up. And this was back in 2020. No, it is 2026. 2016, 10 years ago, 2016. And Tim Ferriss was popular in his podcast, and he was talking about Oprah Winfrey, and they had done a lot of meditation, and all these other achievers had done a lot of meditation. So I was like, all right, let me try meditation. And it helped for a little bit. I'll be honest, it did help for a little bit. I started noticing a couple little shifts, but it didn't remove the noise. It didn't quiet the thoughts. It didn't stop the noise. It didn't stop the mind from running. In meditation, you hope that you can learn this skill, that you can be aware of the noise and then boom, focus on your breath. And then everything is calm and peaceful after that. Until once again, the mind starts going, and then you have to wait however long it takes you to realize that it's going again, and then boom, you come back. I would rather not live my life in this way of being out there and then coming back. I would much rather remove what's driving all these thoughts in the first place. And this is something no one else teaches. This is something I had to figure out for myself. I would much rather, and think about this, answer the question. Would you rather learn how to ignore your thoughts and try to focus on your breath and strengthen that muscle? Or would you rather learn how to actually remove the batteries, remove what's driving all of those thoughts in the first place? I'll tell you what, the second one is going to last you a lot longer. The second one is going to help you disempower anything that comes your way. The first one only deals with things at a surface level. This is why I don't do traditional meditation anymore. I tried the apps, Calm, Headspace, Insight Timer, whatever they are. I tried them, and they all have content because they want to keep you in there, just like any other social media platform. They want your attention. This is how they make their money. And this is one of the problems with society today is everything and everyone wants your attention. I believe I'm delivering a good message. I know I can change people's lives. I've already done it. I've coached entrepreneurs, business owners from all over the world. I know that this is good. This is why I'm projecting my message. Most people just want your attention for advertising dollars. Facebook, Instagram, all of Meta, right? Google, AI, we're giving our attention away. We are giving away our most powerful resource, our most powerful skill, our most powerful sense. Because I'll tell you what, we have five senses, but they're all pointed out outside and external. This is why this is so hard. Meditation tries to get you to be, this is one thing that's good about meditation. It tries to get you to be aware that you actually have a sixth sense that you can turn internally. And as you become aware of yourself and aware of your thoughts, they tell you to focus on the breath. And that's a good place to start. It is a good place to start. It shouldn't be the end game because, first of all, some people get very frustrated that they can't just sit there and focus on their breath. And so then they walk away from meditation, they never try it again. And they're like, I guess this is just the way my mind is. Or worse, they go to some coping mechanism or they go to some substance to try and quiet the brain. I'm very thankful I never did that. I chose actively not to. I would rather, like I said before, find a way to dissolve that energy in the first place, dissolve what's powering all of that mental chaos or whatever you want to call it. As you focus on your breath and meditation, it's good to start to build that awareness muscle. I honestly am now starting to believe, I think doing something like that is distracting you from what's driving these thoughts. It is an avoidance of what's driving these thoughts. It's avoidance of the pain. It's avoidance of the things we are carrying in our subconscious. And until you make the subconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. Carl Jung said that. And it is so key because all of the things that are in our subconscious, it's not just in the subconscious mind. A lot of suffering that we have, we feel is all a mental thing. We feel it's a mental suffering. Buddhism talks about that, and meditation is a big part of Buddhism, right? So it's become a very popular thing to do. Suffering comes from not just the mind, but a suffering mind happens because of a suffering nervous system. And the nervous system is the hardware, it's part of the hardware on which the software runs. And the hardware does affect the software. That's just the way it works. If you can heal the rust that's on the hardware, if you can peel away the layers of stress and tension that the hardware, the nervous system is holding on to, it changes the way that the software processes data. It changes everything. I was a Silicon Valley trained software engineer, and I now realize the human body is basically a super quantum computer, like super duper beyond our known abilities, quantum supercomputer. And it's processing data and information at insane speeds and bandwidths. And so as you clear away the rust, that is how you get all your energy back. You get your attention back. That is how the noise quiets down because you remove what's empowering all these things because it's all in your subconscious. It's all in the body. But whatever has been wound can be unwound. And as you unwind the bound, your true self is found. That is where you really are. That is what you've been searching for this whole time. You've been searching for that place of inner peace and happiness and joy and calmness and intuition and stability, mental stability, keeping your sanity. I made a choice to keep my sanity. Not everybody does. And that surprises me. That's another story. So I think meditation is a distraction. It keeps us avoiding the parts of us that we actually need to process in order to actually do the work required to let them go so that we can have the mental clarity that we're striving for so much. Now, where do we start? I'm going to show you this YouTube video right here. Please join me over there. I have a journal prompt, a journal practice that is one of the key things that I started in my journey to start figuring out these rabbit holes. So I'll see you over there in this video right here.